Alright guys, so as you can see in the background, we have Foolish in here. We're about to be doing a air ride upgrade. At the moment she has 1/4 inch just front and back paddle valves. We're going to be changing that over to a 3/8 manifold setup, and we're also going to be changing the front bags out for some Slam Specialty 6s and just some regular 2500s for the rear. This truck has been on 1/4 inch for maybe a year and a half now. If you guys haven't already, go check out the videos. This whole build's on the channel, the paint and everything. Let's get into it. First things first, we got to get all this stuff off the back so we can get access to the tank and the compressors and all that and all the air lines, and then we'll end up taking the rims off and putting it up on jack stands and go from there. So now that we got the back off, it's up on stands. We're going to take the wheels and tires off and then drain the tank. So here we go. You know it's much easier with this, right?
Give it to me then. Oh, you did it the way?
Sliding under. So let me slide it down real quick. So here's the setup right now. Tank, compressors. It has a manual paddle valve in the truck. We're going to drain the tank real quick. So the very first thing we're going to do is disconnect the air line from the bags. Just disconnect this T real quick. So that's out of the way. We're going to need to cut all this stuff loose. While we're in here, we're going to clean all this stuff up. We're going to save this 1/4 inch stuff for a rainy day. I do have a 1/4 inch manifold that I got at a show. I mean, dude was like, hey, you want to buy a manifold, and it's a 1/4 inch. It's just front and back, but it is a manifold instead of a paddle valve. So we'll use that on a future project. Now I'm going to drop these bags real quick and swap these out for some 2500s. Alright guys, so this is what we're doing today. These are the components. We're running some slams in the front. We're just running some regular 2500s in the back. This is the manifold from airbagit.com, 3/8. It came with a bunch of fittings, a check valve, slow down, another fitting, some plugs. I ended up having to get some straights for the bags, which we're gonna put all those in right now. And it came with this switch box, but this will get switched out for an ABS. What I like to do is just keep this standard plug right here plugged into the manifold, then just cut the wire back a little bit and wire in the Slam Specialty, or sorry, the ABS switch box. We are going to be putting all the fittings into the bags real quick. These fittings come with Teflon tape, but I don't really trust that stuff that comes with it, so I'm just using my own. I also will throw a drop of blue Loctite on here as well. Helps with the vibration and all that good stuff. You guys may do something else, but this is how I do it, and it works. Actually, this truck holds air very well, so we'll see how it works when we switch it over. When it had the 1/4 inch, I could leave it up for a week and it would still stay sitting up as right the day that you aired it up. Very minimal leaks in that system, or any at all.
You don't want the front off yet though, right?
We could take the front off. As Amanda's taking the bags off her truck, I'm just getting these ones ready to put in. That's the easy part of taking the bags out. The harder part is getting the manifold in. I'm probably gonna have to make a plate to mount this to somewhere.
You can't get a ratchet in here?
And run all the air line, which there'll be more, because as of right now there was only 2 airlines. Actually, there was only one coming from the paddle valves to the, yeah, correct. We got those all taped up. I taped up one more than I should have, but oh well. Just a little bit. And then we'll wrench this down. Get it snug. Don't over tighten these. You can create a leak by doing that. There's one front. Number 2. This is the push to connect fitting for 3/8. Here's the fronts. Whoa. Here's the rears. And in a second I'll show you the bags, and this is one of the reasons why we are changing them, because they are definitely due for some new ones in there. The fronts especially. Those Slam 6s are definitely going to make it a lot better of a ride in the front, as we have not put the shock kit in yet. And then last one. Good to go. We'll put these back in real quick and go from there. So Amanda's up in here trying to get these bags out. When we get them out, I'll show you why we're replacing them. Again, those slam specialties are going to be a lot better ride in the front.
This bottom one is hard to get to.
Yep. Welcome to the bag life. While we're in here, we're going to check and make sure everything's all tight in here. You might as well do it while you have the wheel off and the bag out. You can check all the ball joints and all that good stuff. We'll be replacing all the airline from the front all the way to the back. Maybe coming in here and touching up with some paint while we're in here. It might be a little too cold for that, but I got a heater in the garage and we can shut the door down, warm it up a little bit. Again, this truck has Fantini Fabrication front bag brackets on it. I highly recommend either going on getting a hold of me or getting a hold of Tony Fantini. I know sometimes the shipping takes a while if you order it from him. I think I have maybe 2 more kits left. I haven't put them on the website, but if you hit me up at Instagram, I could definitely get you in touch with the kit here in the United States, and it won't take as long to ship. I think I can get them out like 3 or 4 day, if not a little quicker. But if you're interested in a Fantini front bag bracket kit, get in touch with me on Instagram. Now, once she gets this out, I'll show you one of the reasons why we're changing them. They're bad. They're checked pretty bad. They don't leak or anything, surprisingly. But if you look at the bottom right here, you can see this. There's like a line where it's all checked, and it's pretty bad in there. So it might as well just get rid of it and put some new ones on. Alright guys, so I had to run to the store real quick as the bags that were in here had studs on them, and all the ones that we're putting in right now don't. So I had to go get some hardware real quick. So let's get back to it. Lining the rear up real quick. I think it's a 9/16 for the top.
Yes.
Twist it, snug it, quarter turn. Snug it and quarter turn. I'm using lock washers on this stuff. I put lock washers on all my bag stuff just in case. Now we got to tighten the bottom up, and we'll head to the front. Alright guys, so we're putting in the front bags, some Slam 6s. Make sure it's in the right one. Yep. it is a pain in the butt, but I'm glad that I put a hole in the lower control arm when I did this, so it was a little easier to hold on to that bolt. But it's still a pain in the butt, but it's a little easier than not having that hole. Slowly but surely getting her in. All right, we got the jack under here. I got the top almost lined up. There's one. Here's two.
How do you want to go to down?
Oh yeah, this will work real good. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna have to jack up the jack a little more. Get that way up there. Does it fit in there? Nope. Let's turn the wheel real quick. Snug right there. Probably shouldn't be using a deep, but it's working. Move the brake ran out of the way real quick. Nope, I'm gonna need a shorty.
Right here. Alright guys, so I already marked out where the manifold sits. I got my holes marked out. I'm just gonna make a simple plate from the sides where the manifold is. I'm gonna come out 1.5 inches, and then I'm gonna bend it so it has 1.5 inches rise on it. I may go a little shorter than 1.5 inches, but we'll figure that out when we get there. I'm just marking my lines real quick. It might look off, but the template's not squirt. This is just stuff I had laying around. There we go. There's our plate right there. Bend it up or down. So I went to the scrap yard, aka the backyard. Found some metal that we can use big enough for our template. So now I'm going to clean it all up and make a template, or make our plate for the manifold. So what I'm going to do right here with the template is I'm going to use as much as the edge as I can. So I got that corner touching, this one's touching, this one's touching. So now I'm going to take my, it's very thin soapstone. Mark it. Oh. Usually I like using a red pencil or a silver pencil for metal, but this is the closest thing I have right here, so got that right there. Now once I get this cut out, I will make where my holes need to be, and I will also mark where I need to break it. This will be cut off though. Clean it up real quick. We just got done cutting it up. Plate right here. That'll work out great. Hammer though. Be right back. Just gonna punch my holes real quick. Oh yeah. I'm actually gonna clamp this all down so it won't move when I hit it. Drill these holes real quick. So I do have a drill press, but I cannot find my chuck, so it looks like I'm doing it by hand. .3/16 hole. That'll be for when we bolt the manifold down. I'll have to get some hardware for that. I don't think I have anything at the moment. Oh yeah. Take my template real quick. Actually, I'm gonna set it on top of it. Kids are playing in the background. So, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but she's a keeper. Now I need to mark this out. I'm gonna measure off the edge and then make some marks, put it in the vise, and break this thing.
I got my line on there, but I'm putting my line just above this brake because they'll be just enough to break it. You might need the hammer. Worked out pretty good, actually. I wiped my line off the other side though. I can kind of see where it's at. I'm just going to measure it again real quick because I can't line it up. Always good to just remeasure it real quick. And if you guys like the hat I'm wearing, head over to jfab-minitrucks.com where you can get yours today. We got a couple of colors. We got we got shirts, hats, stickers, C-notch kits. I'm putting the Fantini Fab front brag brackets for 86 to 93. Just be on the lookout for those. You can also subscribe on the website as well to all of the stuff that we got going on. I just put our event that we're going to be having on the 9th of February. Don't forget, we're going to be going live for the 1,000 subscribers swag pack giveaway. So stay on the lookout for that. Ready? Get in there. Little out of whack, but it's fine. I can see I overbroke that one. That was the first one I did. So I'm just going to put it in there real quick and break it back a little. Just saw square right here. Close enough. That was a little over as well. Much better. Here's our manifold bracket. Super simple. I'm just gonna stick it to the bed. This is gonna be temporary for now because we haven't really decided where to put the manifold, but we just want to at least tack this to the bed and have it sitting somewhere until we figure out where we want to put it on the truck. Got our manifold just temporarily zip tied to this until I can go to the store and get some bolts, but I want to just get this bracket just tacked in here for now, and we'll go from there. I gotta jump in there,
clean a little spot off real quick. Like a good spot. Watch your eyes, guys. Now I'm putting these tacks, when I go to move this around, because we might get rid of the inner structure, just get a bed cover. But in order to do that, I'll move the manifold over the rear end, right here. I'll move the manifold so it's where these two bars are. I'll put a plate right here, manifold will be right here, but I need 90s coming off for the rear. So that's why I'm just temporarily putting it right here until I get all the hardware, and we'll move it around. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I already ran the line to the manifold. Amanda got the wiring done. We actually had to cut the switch box line because I don't know why they don't pigtail the end where you can plug it in, but that plug that feeds into so an issue that we're having, that we had with this kit, it's from airbagit.com, from eBay. So this switch box has this big old plug on the end. I don't know why they don't just make the adapters like this one, where you can just plug it into another one. They need to make the end of that like this, because this plug will not fit through the hole that's in the cap. At least on this truck. Might be a little different for you. Amanda's getting the wheels back on. Yeah, she works on her own truck. It's because I make her. Honestly, if you have an airbag truck, if you have the means, learn how to do this stuff, so in case something happens on the road, you can easily fix it. Well, I don't know about easily, but you can fix it. Like replacing bags, all that good stuff. We're actually doing that on another buddy's truck tomorrow. Can you pull that? Pull all the way. So, also, if you're getting into air ride, I like to use these things. I have them in like all my toolboxes and my to-go bag for the truck. If you're having a leak at the fitting, just give it a nice fresh cut, put it in there. I mean, some people have hard lines and stuff.
But if you give yourself extra line, you can always just cut a little off, a half an inch off, a quarter inch, but nice fresh cut every time. Yeah. So we're gonna get these lines routed real quick. Everything else is done. I'm gonna have to run a hot wire for the fusible link, and then ground the manifold, and then we're good to go. Switch box should work. We already turned the air compressor on, or the air compressors, and put some air in the tank from, I already put the hose in. So we already checked for leaks with that. And with that being said, we're gonna get these back lines all in. We'll clean up all this later. Now it's time to run the fronts underneath and up to the front. Alright guys, so the switch box is all hooked up. We ran the wire. We hosed the front, got it all connected. Now Amanda's gonna hit the switches because it's all hooked up now. She had quarter inch before, 3/8 now. Dang. But I guess that's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank Amanda for helping me on her truck. Just remember guys, dreams are only fantasy if you're not willing to put in the work. Check you on the next one. Keep on mini trucking.